Hey, whoa, yeet, whoa, whoa, hey, whoa, ha. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. It's a macro Saturday. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. Hey, hey. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. It's a macro Saturday. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. Happy to see you guys in here. It's the trade room, y'all. We got charts today. We go macro. We thinking big picture. Let's go now. Let's go now. Let's go now. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. This is about to be fun. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. It's a macro Saturday. It's a macro Saturday. We got things to talk about. It's a macro Saturday. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. It's a macro Saturday. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. Listen, like, subscribe, put your alerts on. I'm happy to see y'all here today. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. It's a macro Saturday. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. Hey, welcome to the trade room, y'all. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. It's a macro Saturday. Welcome to the trade room, y'all. We're gonna get started soon, guys. Love you guys for showing up. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share with a friend. It's time to get litty. See you soon.
Contestants, get your summons ready for the $13 holla challenge to build your best monster. Who will come out on top? Stay tuned for the Trade Room podcast Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
What's up, gang? Welcome to the trade room. It's another classic Saturday night. We're here to talk DeFi kingdoms. We're here to talk crypto. We're here to talk about competition. And we're here to talk about the macro picture. So welcome, everybody. First and foremost, it's a Saturday night. We got college football, we got NBA, and we got some people looking to check in on DeFi Kingdoms, have a community chat, and see what's happening. So thanks for showing up. Big shout out to the chat room. It looks like we have Light, who I'm going to introduce soon, Sticks intern. Sticks really wants to know about the associate. Sticks had his live today, and he wanted to know about the associate here. And I would say he's in the room right now. I would say the associate is in the room right now. So while we figure out the $13 holla, who's the champion, while we talk about the charts, we'll see if the associate wants to reveal himself. Shout out to the jewelers, right after the trade room here, the great jewelers, the killers of void hunts. Shout out to Mr. Michael Niev Dags, the man himself. It's gonna be a fun night. A lot of things happening in the ecosystem. Sentiments is pretty good, pretty high right now. But there's a warning behind that high sentiment, right? So we're gonna talk about all that. But before we dig into all that, let me welcome the man himself, Affinity Lotus, Mr. Matrix. How we doing, sir? Talk to us.
What's up? What's up? I'm good. I'm good. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's enjoying the boar hunts and the equipment and the auction house. I've been feeling great, just chilling. Been busy, but now I'm back on DeFi Kingdoms and enjoying the new updates. I'm glad everybody's here. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
What's this associate thing I'm hearing?
Yeah, so Sticks intern had a Twitter live today, and it was great. We had Workhorse in the building,
Okay.
giving us some feedback, just talking about overall the Void Hunt gameplay, just chatting it up. But I came in there just having talked to my associate, my friend, and he was really getting frustrated with the holiday wallet.
Mm, gotcha.
And I said that within the stream, there's a point that we are going to speak about the holiday wallet and what some of those bugs are and what people are dealing with. And so I just gave that as a snippet because what I said was actually positive, right? I said that he understands the logic and the addiction of the game because he is a gamer. And so he's feverish. He has the itch to do a
Okay.
bunch of things, and going with the holiday wallet might not have been the best decision to start. And he's just now working and communicating via Discord, to just have those communication lines for them to put the fixes in, the snapshots of what he's seeing, things of that nature. And new players coming in have to kind of get accustomed to that and to build out with this AAA gaming, ecosystem and studio. So that's a little bit on the associate. I'm gonna let him reveal himself. I know the chat is going crazy right now, so I'm gonna let the associate reveal himself. I'm not gonna say anything. If you guys see that he revealed himself, let me know so I can, just put it out there. But let's jump in to what the agenda is for today because there is a lot of things going on in this ecosystem and a lot of great people covering a lot of great content. And we have our specific things that we are aligned with. And it starts with the charts. Okay. It starts with the economic portion of what's going on. This is called the trade room, but it should really be called the macro trade room, right? I think sometimes when people hear the trade room, they think very short term. But we are playing a long term game here. We are using a lot of data and statistics, to chart human behavior and price behavior. And so we are macro long term here. So we're always going to check in on the markets. We're always going to see what's going on short term because it's fun, but really we're planning long term, right? So that's what we're going to start off with. Obviously, we have the $13 holla, which is a pinnacle part of this channel. And again, I will continue to reiterate it, is that right now, the DeFi Kingdoms team is getting a lot of analytics from the duels. Those are all analytics that played an effect into how the boar hunt was built out. And even Workhorse talked about it a little bit in the live with Stick's intern, is that some of these earlier implementations are what is set up to make additional implementations faster to put out and to patchwork. And so, this $13 holla challenge to show how somebody can come in with $13 and efficiently, critically have to think about every single move they're doing with these holiday challenges going on, with different incentives going on. Is it possible in the DeFi Kingdoms realm as we saw with Axie Infinity and the Philippines, and where a lot of Axie Infinity in the bull run got its market cap was from third world countries. And so this $13 holla challenge is another analytical scope that the team may be interested in, to see how this went out with the players that were involved. So shout out to Dags, shout out to Mega, shout out to Affinity, and shout out to Sir Warren, because it's getting spicy with these challenges that we have here. And today is the finalization of the challenge 2, which is the summoning challenge. You have $13, you're doing a bunch of things. Now you have to try to summon a better hero than 3 other people. So we're gonna tap in on that, and then we're gonna tap into the end of the stream. I'm gonna dark summon. I haven't dark summoned yet. I know Light is doing this thing, and as a collectible person, he's going crazy with it. So it's giving me the FOMO on certain things that I may, want to pick up and collect. But hey, Affinity, any input on what we have lined up? Market conditions, $13 holla, dark summoning, may do a hunt because I may have just bought some equipment. Anything you have to say, Affinity, about what we have lined up today?
No, man, I'm excited to get started. Let's go. Let's go. Great intro.
All right, awesome. So we're gonna get right into it. We're in the chats right now. We have Mr. Michael Niev says, "Look at the dark chocolate face with a bit of blue sky."
What's
Yeah,
good,
this
chat?
this is my Van Gogh. This is my Van Gogh hat. I went to an exhibit of Van Gogh, and it gave me a lot of perspective into life, and you know how we internalize certain things and don't see value that we bring into this world.
Oh
He
yes.
made a lot of good art. So yeah, trying
Soul
to
Searching.
bring some blue. Some blue can bring some light into this world as well. We have skill in the building, sticks in the
What's up,
building. Man, this
Skiller
chat is
Sticks?
going crazy right now. We have the
Mythic Squad in the
BFK
house.
saying looking good. Mythic Squad.
Beeves,
Yeah, man. Look,
DFK.
listen, man. The Mythic vibes wouldn't be the same without the Mythic Squad. So you got to love it.
Bring the
So
hype.
yeah, yeah. All right. So hey, listen, I'm always really excited to get into the charts. As
Oh,
a
I'm excited for
non
the charts.
as a non gamer, I see you guys geek out when it comes to the game portion of things. And I'm catching up. I'm trying to tag along. I've had 2 years. I'm enjoying myself when it comes to the game. I've won boar hunts, and to hear that the win probability was about 28% was the average, I don't feel so bad about winning 4 out of every 12. Maybe I can shorten that down, but that's still a good enough ratio with me purchasing an equipment piece that we may see at the end of the stream to then, you know, escalate my win ratio and grab more equipment, right? Um so we're gonna look at the charts. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. We're always, especially with cryptocurrency, we're always gonna start with Bitcoin, because we just need to see the broader picture,
Oh yeah.
and then we can, because the Bitcoin ecosystem is a much healthier price indicator. It has 14 years on its belt now. If we're gonna use technical analysis to chart things, we need to have as much history as we possibly can, as well as many data points as we possibly can as well. So we're gonna start with Bitcoin.
14,
E-
eh?
Yeah,
You broke teenage.
even though what I'm sharing right now is the gold egg chart, and I'm actually extremely excited
Oh yeah.
to talk about the gold egg chart because people have been like, hey, you've been talking about gold a lot. Gold is inflationary. You're the only one who talks about gold, and I don't know if it's a stick, pun intended, to intern, or if it's like, hey, I'm curious, what are you seeing? But we'll talk tonight more about what we're seeing here. But I do want to go ahead and start with Bitcoin. So let me
What
get
I
this
be
prompt
seeing
up.
is a pot of gold. That's what I be seeing.
I'll put the gold like an Irishman.
That's right. See that charts go up
All right. So,
and that chart.
look, in this game, you want to come in as humble as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And let me just put the right banner up. Come on, get it together here. In this game, when you're just trying to be patient and work through things, and nobody knows anything. Nobody can tell the future. Okay. We're just all using our experiences, and we're all using our inferences to break things down. So when it comes to price action, I'll never say I know something that's absolutely right. But when you zoom out, all right, and in crypto, we have something that we say that when in doubt, zoom out. When you zoom out, we can see certain measures that Bitcoin has taken over its period of time. Okay. And so this short period of time right here, everyone who does charts is trying to use the history of Bitcoin to determine what its next movements may be. And we have gone through extensive other streams where we have talked about the long-term movement of Bitcoin. And I am not going to spend another 10-15 minutes doing that here. What we're going to do here is talk about some of the short-term movements of Bitcoin, some of the things that we spoke about when we were watching the charts, even as price was going down and folks were uncertain and concerned about what was to come next. We just spoke about this channel, okay, that we had here and that we were following since Bitcoin possibly bottomed at 15K. And went into a possible reversal or a retracement chart here. We spoke about a pattern of staying within this channel, and we spoke that even though there was a deviation, okay, from this channel, we expected Bitcoin to work its way back into the channel. And what we said in relation to Jules, to DeFi kingdoms, to all the other token asset prices is that Bitcoin is a leading indicator. Okay. You can think DeFi kingdoms is the biggest and best thing ever in the world, but you're not getting anywhere without the asset Bitcoin, with the largest market cap in the ecosystem, also dictating where we're going. So are we in a bull market? Are we in a bear market? People are not sure. But within my estimation, we could be getting towards a bull market. Okay. But even if it's a retracement from Bitcoin, and a retracement means when you dump to a certain level, X amount of percentage retracing back up before there's a possibility of a dump, is something that could still be utilized to make a profit, or just try to tell the proper charting that will happen. So long story short, we deviated from the channel. There was a lot of fear in the market when we deviated from the channel. But from our long historical history, we estimated that Bitcoin could find support at $26,000. From there, we expected aggressive price action, a hard correction down, no break below this. And all in all, when you talk about big picture, we are expecting, from when we started tracking it here, even throughout the deviation, a 147-day time period of 57% run from Bitcoin, which places it at a $46,442 upside, and no real caution, no real fear, no real sweats in your blood veins until it gets to $37,000, $37,500. And then this is a critical range here where we could confirm a bull market, or we could get rejected. That's been the overall theme. That's been the overall strategy. As you guys have watched my stream. And when we talk about DeFi kingdoms, again, we're going to talk about AVAX. We're going to talk about Jewel. We're going to talk about the inverse head and shoulders on Jewel that we've been tracking. But when you map something out and you are watching it through time period, I feel like the last 2 months, I'm like one of those archers, okay? One of those archers with a critical hit, okay? on the inference of where Bitcoin is going next. Because in this overall time period here, and I'm sorry, this stream is going to be about talking your shit. Where is the center of this target here? Based upon the inference that we started in early August after the market got into a lot of fear about what? About Bitcoin going down 14%. Okay. And so overall, this is why it's very important for me to come into this community, for me to bring some sense, at least try to in a macro sense way as to what we're looking at and how we can base some of our inferences. And Bitcoin is an early leader, so it gives you a lot of signs. And other cryptocurrencies that have very low market cap end up being about 60 days to 90 days behind the larger market cap movers. And so it's important to understand the macro picture, because once you get your first inference, which is Bitcoin, you now know you have time to start setting up your other instances, especially if we are able to, in the macro sense, get a larger confirmation from Bitcoin. So again, today's stream is going to be about what we inferenced, but now it's about what are we looking forward to, right? And so, Light, any questions you have before I finish breaking down what we've seen from Bitcoin, what we're expecting from Bitcoin, and move on to the other charts, exciting charts that we can look at, including AVAX as well.
No, you go right ahead.
Okay, this is going to be a good one. Just tapping into the chat here. I'm sorry, I cannot keep up with the chat right now. These charts are super exciting, right? All right, so what are we seeing from Bitcoin? We did not get the scare here. We got the incredible impulse. Okay, we know that macro picture wise, and I'm going to talk about long term before I talk about short term, even though people may want to see the short term. First and foremost, this is a danger area here. If you were not already invested in the market, and this is an important point that I just quickly tried to tweet out. If you were not already invested in this market and you got this big impulse from Bitcoin right here, and you are now just considering, okay, buying some crypto, and this is why you want to plan ahead. What we may see from this enormous candle here, okay, and what you have to understand is from the bottom here to the top range here, Bitcoin made a 42% move, okay, a 42% move over a 30-day period. If you're looking at it just from this instance here, from the $25,000 area. So if you are buying here, even if Bitcoin goes up another 10%, which it feasibly could, if you're looking at the charts like me, you're not trying to be buying up here. Why am I buying up here? And that's what happens when you get short legged and people are confused about, is it bull market? Is it bear market? Am I too late? And this is what happens where individuals are going to end up buying as the price maybe continues to go up here. But for what I'm foreshadowing, and when things like this happen, I get very excited about a correction. But when you're wrong-footed and things like this happen, you don't know what to do. But I'm very excited about the next correction because we're getting certain confirmations. What I can see, and this is looking ahead, this is not certainly going to happen, but I can see Bitcoin possibly moving up another few percent, which we just said it could be 10%. But because this is a danger area, I can see a great correction that brings it back down, which I have this line here to about 30 to 31,000. That's cool. That's super healthy. When we get in that range, we'll consider dollar cost averaging. Right now, we're not dollar cost averaging. We're sitting back. If it deviates a little bit from there, definitely gonna go dollar cost average below $30,000, because that's the place where you're like, cool, I may have 3 weeks to average into here. But what happens with somebody who's wrong footed is you buy within this 10% range, it goes down another from this top area, 15% from your buy-in, and you're like, oh shit, I'm underwater, right? So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. I do expect Bitcoin to make this correction and for us to see Bitcoin go absolutely ballistic as hard as it can into this danger area. Whatever this, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Let's revert that. Whatever this correction is, I don't care. I do not care if this correction comes all the way back here. I do not care. It's a sign to be dollar cost averaging. We're going to get a big bounce. Okay. And for me, it's all about when to start the dollar cost averaging strategy. In any of these classes, but it's about waiting for the correction. So this is what we see. This is the macro picture, however long the correction lasts. After the correction, we're going to see some of the biggest moves, and we'll see what's happening in the altcoin section tonight. So that's what we're expecting from Bitcoin. To wrap up Bitcoin in general, yeah, we could get this great movement from Bitcoin, and it could make new highs, but it could reject and have a pretty strong bear market. We're not ready to talk about that within this specific stream because we have so many other assets to look at. But that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. Jumping right over to XRP. And again, as I move on, if you guys have any questions about any actual specific coins that you may want me to look at, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, make sure to follow. Send me a DM on Twitter. I don't mind looking at it. The more history it has, the better. Looking at XRP, I don't spend a lot of time charting XRP with you guys because it doesn't have to do much with the ecosystem. But what's happening in the court cases and the litigation is actually one of the most important things that's happening in crypto right now. But again, XRP, 3 to 6 years, $4 to $10. XRP gives you all the time in the world, whether you're rich or poor, to accumulate very slowly into this life-changing possible upwards motion right here. But XRP looks super healthy. Not going to spend a lot of time on this chart. We're going to move on to AVAX, which is one of the most interesting charts that we have here. And before we look at that, Dag says Skiller has 21 BTC in pets.
Yo, Skiller is an oil prince.
Skiller has that many pets?
I'm telling you, his wife is like, I guarantee you, his wife is like the Korean princess or something. Dude's rich.
What was that?
His wife is the Korean princess.
Oh, I don't know if your audio cut off there just now.
Can you hear me?
But yeah, chat. Love you guys showing up here. We got Koe Shi Chien. I hope I said that right. Welcome into the stream tonight. It's a good night to be here. It's a good night to be looking at charts. Okay. So wrapping up Bitcoin, we're looking at a correction from Bitcoin. We're looking at dollar cost average when we hit our lower percentage points. Let's look at AVAX, okay? Because one of the theories behind some of the analysis, some of the charts that we're looking at, one of the theories is that, yes, we can have our ecosystem here in DeFi Kingdoms, and we can have things popping off and blowing up, but there are other ecosystems above DeFi Kingdoms that have more of a pull of what's going on within the markets. We said Bitcoin. Then you sit down for Bitcoin, you go down to the altcoins. Within the altcoins, there are layer one cryptos. Okay, Solana is one of them, and AVAX is one of them, right? One of the layer one blockchain ecosystems. And so what happens is Bitcoin moves, and then you have the altcoins, but more specifically, Ethereum, Cardano, AVAX start to move with Bitcoin as well. When Bitcoin corrects, altcoins pop up a little bit. Bitcoin has to finish its corrections. Altcoins bleed, But when Bitcoin wraps up what it's doing and shows additional strength, the altcoins really move. And so we've been tracking this long-term downtrend from AVAX. AVAX continuously tries to break its way out of this long-term resistance. Okay. It doesn't look pretty. Okay. It doesn't look pretty at all. For me, dollar cost averaging into AVAX was cool, but it wasn't giving me any signs of strength. All right. Did not look like that girl that I wanted to holla at. Right. It just looked like, I'm saying, it just didn't look good. So now we have a tight triangle. Now we have what you call a moment of choice. Something has to happen here. It's either completely going to break down in this very moment, or it's going to have an impulse to confirm that it is breaking out of a long bearish trend. That is the impasse. There is no other place to there's no other place to go. And so even though this is a critical moment for AVAX, we have some of these previous points where it has bounced from. During the bull run, when it ran up, it ran through this motion, it bounced off this motion to create the second high and a large price point above $100. We are now in the moment where, after constant rejections, and when we look at the rejections coming off of AVAX, after the constant rejections where it was a 669 day 93.9% correction, okay, from the very top. Okay, that is the normalcy in crypto, but that is enough to keep people away and to make statements like, hey, this thing is dead, it'll never rise again. But when we look in closer, what are we looking for now that we have this tight area where there seems to be a decision that has to be made? We are looking for a breakout of this range. Now that we have a rule that this bottom area could possibly be support, okay, it could possibly be a long-term support area. We want a breakout of this area. And in order to get the breakout of this area, that gives us confidence of what we are looking at. Okay. And this is why I tweeted that I am not currently impressed by this movement that AVAX is making. I'm expecting a correction, especially when we see that from Bitcoin, as Bitcoin may correct down to 30,000, maybe even a little bit lower than that, with the possible support at that 26,000. What I would love to see from AVAX before this major correction from the market is for AVAX to gas forward and to give us technical points to confirm that it wants to reverse out of this long-term bearish trend. And what we want to see from AVAX is, one, support. So we found support at this long trend area where we formed a double bottom. From that double bottom, we ran as much as we could to resistance. From resistance, if this trend was still weak, would have been another rejection, which could still possibly happen. But since we did not get that rejection, if you look into the smaller time frames, we got a breakout, which is nice to see. We got a back test, which was nice to see. And now we have still strong positive movement. When you look here, as the market hits 8 p.m. Eastern time, as a new daily candle starts, is that AVAX is currently the only cryptocurrency that is up, still showing 3.37%. Now, it may not have completely changed from the 24-hour clock. It could, but watching what happens with AVAX overnight today is important to see for the overall DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem. Later down the line, if we start seeing some healthy price action from Clayton and the Clayton token, some healthy price action from those other tokens, we will look at that other ecosystem. But we're also seeing Crystal above a penny. And that's going to be another interesting story that we are looking to tell. But again, when we look in closer to the closer time frames, what happened here? We had an impulse, we had a rejection, we found support in these two areas, we had a breakout, we have a back test, and now we have a new daily candle that has opened that is going to determine if it wants to continue this bullish action that we're seeing here. And so again, we're talking about this is where we are presently and where are we going, or what we need to see. We need to see AVAX make this impulse here at least to 13 dollars and 70 cents. Okay, whatever happens after that, I'm okay with, as long as before this major correction happens, AVAX continues this bullish momentum, makes a strong push to that $13 area, and even if it dumps here, I'm okay with what? Again, another chance for support and a confirmation of a possible breakout. Even if it then gets even better and breaks out further outside of here, which my area to confirm that AVAX is officially out of a bear market is, okay, my area to confirm that AVAX is officially out of a bear market is $21.33. Okay, within that area, if we can see AVAX form its way out of here, correct back down to $13, fight in this area somehow, just fight in this area somehow of $21, even if you break back down to, let's say, 13, and I'm going to clean this up for you a little bit, okay? Even if you come back and fight in this 13 range, break out of here, back test it. If I get a general back test here, confirm AVAX is out of a bear market, we're Bullington. But until we get something like that, I'm just not impressed by AVAX, and I don't think the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem is going to get the parabolic movements that we're looking for. But it's nice, it's cute, right? It's cute, and I want to see this continued action here, at least a touch of this $13 area. And I didn't mean to do that. At least a touch of the $13 area, and then whatever happens after that is going to be awesome to see. But we are getting very strong movements from AVAX, and if we can get the weekly, and I'm sorry here, let me switch stuff. If we could get the weekly again to make this strong movement here, we would love to see that continue. But we're not impressed yet because we have this long macro bearish fight going. I mean, just look at this. Just look at this. Like, this is the biggest battle I've seen since Solana had to
$13
get out
holla.
of its bearish range, and Solana certainly made an impulse out of its bearish range. So this is very important to see. And so that's on the larger caps that we have there. Now we can dive into Jewel, but I'm going to take a breather. Affinity, you have anything to say when it comes to, Bitcoin and some of the other assets that we looked at, like AVAX and things of that nature?
Nah, to be honest, AVAX bore me like that face on your chart, bro. You see that face there? That's how I look with AVAX.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of AVAX.
I like AVAX.
I'm very bullish on AVAX, but when it comes to what I see on the chart,
Just not now.
you got to show me more. Okay.
Yep.
Now, Moksha runes, different story. Moksha runes are a different story, and we'll get to that. So now we can delve into the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem, right? Now that we know the reality of what we're looking at, which the reality is a correction more than likely, okay? Macro bullish, but we have a correction more than likely coming. What are we expecting from Bitcoin? Answered. What are we expecting from AVAX? Answered. What are we now expecting from the number one representation of DeFi Kingdoms, the AAA game, GameFi, DeFi, NFT usability platform. What are we expecting and what were we looking to see from Jewel? Now, very interestingly enough, when we started with these live streams on this Saturday, we looked at especially when that whale was selling. Believe he had 5.7 million or 6 million Jewel, and he was selling it at an aggressive pace.
You're muted. Nope. Still muted.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
There you go.
Oh my gosh, how long was I muted for?
Just like 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys, man. All right, cool, man. So yeah, the comparison that I was making was that I wasn't impressed with AVAX. Okay, I'm still not impressed with AVAX. It hasn't really shown me. It's cute. What it's doing is cute right now. Very impressed with Bitcoin. Very impressed with the Moksha runes. Kind of starting to get impressed with gold, the gold egg, right? But looking at Jewel when the whale was selling, the market was very nervous. We didn't know what was going on, but we called what we saw, which was a possible
I'll be right back.
yeah, for sure. Which is a possible bullish divergence. Okay. Bullish divergence is when you have price going down, but you have RSI coming up. Okay. That's why these markers and these indicators are here. And what I said was I need to see strong action, price action from Jewel. Now, from that big 90% run from Jewel, we've had a correction. Within that correction, and when you're doing technical analysis, you are looking for patterns. You're looking for patterns, you're looking for volume, you're looking for confirmations, you're looking for resistance, you're looking for support. And so am I back though? You guys still can't hear me? I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. So yeah, so when you're looking for certain patterns, I noticed a possible head and shoulders pattern within this major correction that the Jewel price token could possibly form. And some of these price actions take a long period to form out. But if you have an inference, you make the inference, you wait for it to pan out. And a part of that inference was with the RSI indicator. If you got a continued ascending RSI, no matter what the pattern looks like, okay, you are going to get a possible reversal. The shorter time frame that you are looking at, the harder it is for that pattern to make a difference. The longer time frame that you are in that pattern, the stronger that pattern can be to make your inference something that becomes forward. The longer that the asset that you're tracking has history, the more history it has, the more probability of accuracy that you have as well. And so when looking at Jewel, we have over 2 years of price action history on Jewel, similar to Bitcoin, where we have over 14 years of price action history on Bitcoin, similar to let's say a McDonald's, which I think we have 40 years of price action on its stock. So from this moment, what have we seen? Well, from the time where we saw a possible inverse head and shoulders, we saw a 10% correction. With the inverse and shoulders, you want to see a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. It looks like a smiling PFP, right? I should probably make this, if this inverse head and shoulders pans out, I should make this inverse head and shoulders pattern my PFP through the entire bull market. I'm just gonna say, Light is gonna talk his stuff when it comes to the game and the things that we were looking ahead to. But if this inverse head and shoulders ends up becoming the macro reversal pattern, and again, we always look at big picture. If you're looking at the weekly chart or the monthly chart for Jewel, it looks absolutely disgusting. Okay, let's be realistic. And let me just stop. Let me just do a full pit stop. This chart, even to a person that loves technical analysis, this chart looks absolutely disgusting. For you to be an asset, okay, and for you to run 8,000%, okay, and then for you to correct 95% is very scary, okay? And we are in the early stages of a possible macro inverse in price action from Jewel. And so we need to see a lot more from Jewel. We need to see this inverse head and shoulders pan out. And similar to AVAX, as Bitcoin gasses out of its movements, it gives the altcoins the ability to finish off their movements. And so, knowing that a correction is coming, all I want to see is for Jewel to finish out this pattern, something to give it a strong impulse, possibly test this 13 cent region, either break through it, which my goodness, I'd be very surprised if it breaks through it. I'd expect a very hard correction, and for something of this nature to form out, okay, over the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, the most important areas will be the 1350 area. Again, the 15 cents area, the 15.3 area, and then the neckline of this head and shoulders. So again, when you're following patterns, you're looking for certain rules. The reason why this area at $13 is the most important area for us to find support is that when you compare the first time that Jewel formed a low, okay, the first time after Jewel hit the top of $23, $24 some area, when it fell 96%, like we just saw, the first low was this area. And it created another low. That is not a good thing. That is a horrible thing. Okay. But we were tracking bullish divergence because of the RSI. And that is a early indicator of a possible reversal. Okay. And so with that all in mind, that's what we need to see from Jewel for a healthy price action. Not up only, not, hey, this time that Bitcoin ran, other things ran. Oh, and Jewel is not running. It's all on timing. It's all on price action to get out of this macro reversal area. This is the biggest battle. The biggest battle is not from $1 to $10, from $1 to $3. The biggest battle is right now. All right. And so it's important what's happening. It's important the communication that's happening. And the ultimate upside of just this reversal, the ultimate upside of this reversal that will 100% confirm for me that we are out of this macro bear movement with Jewel is 50 cents. And we've been saying this from day one after we had these data points to tinker around with. So that's what we're looking at, Jewel. I think to get to that 50 cent area, it could happen aggressively or it could happen over the next 4 to 8 months. I don't mind at all. These are the markers. These are the rules. This is what we're looking for. And until we get that, I'm not impressed by Jewel. All right. And so that's what we're looking at there. Chat, I hope you guys are having a good time in there. I hope you guys can hear me clearly. I want to look at the Moksha rune because the Moksha rune is doing some things right now. Light, anything you have to say about the charts, what we're looking at, the macro picture, the correction that we are expecting to come about?
I'm enjoying the movement. I'm
Mhm.
enjoying the movement, the predictions. It's not that great, but at least we're not going down. So
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. So we have the Moksha rune here. Obviously, with the Moksha rune, we have a high population of heroes. I believe at this point we have over 500,000 or 600,000 heroes, right? And with the Moksha rune, and when it comes to charts, there is technical analysis, and then there's fundamental analysis, and then there's psychological analysis, right? And so when you look at something like the Moksha rune, we have all known from day one. Okay, we had the documents. We all had the documents. No one can say they didn't have the documents. We have known from day one that once heroes start to get to level 10, they're gonna need Moksha runes. Okay,
Burn.
okay. So in the first year and a half of the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem, there was not a lot of demand for the Moksha rune. So,
Guess what?
10 cents, Moksha rune at 10 cents. Devs, do something. Moksha rune at 8 cents. Oh, devs, do something. Meanwhile, you could have just possibly used some sort of critical thinking. Okay, well, 500,000 plus heroes. None of them are being Moksha runed right now. Even if you have just 100 players in the ecosystem who have 1,000 accounts each, they're still gonna need Moksha runes. So now you have a cohort of heroes that are coming in, that are going from level 9 to level 10 and further, that are being stampotted like crazy right now. People are trying to get
Crazy.
their knights, their priests. People are leveling their heroes faster than ever before, and people are still summoning and going to eventually have to get their level 1s to level 9s. And so Moksha runes is a great indication of the ultimate theory that we have for DeFi kingdoms and GameFi and blockchain and NFT assets, is the economic hardening, the literal marketplace that's being created for supply and demand metrics within the game. And so whether you're just getting into the game and you have a great gamer's mindset, whether you're watching charts like someone like me, or whether you've been here for a long time and you saw the things that had high demand when they were needed, and you know that you need to stack these things up, for the future, it's a million and one different strategies in this game. It's a million and one things happening. And it's important to understand what's happening in this ecosystem and how to place yourself within your strategy and succeed within this ecosystem. So for me, who did not have a lot of heroes. I had like 12 heroes the entire time I was in DeFi Kingdoms, watching the charts, seeing something nice from the charts, decided to start aggressively getting heroes. I knew that I had heroes that were going to level 10 and higher. I just picked up 30, 40 Moksha runes at X amount. And now I don't have to buy Moksha runes because my lower level heroes have now gotten to a point where they're pulling Moksha runes. And even though my 30, 40 I grabbed are dwindling down, so eventually I'm going to have to buy Moksha runes for a X period of time, I don't have to worry about Moksha runes because I saw from 8 cents to 30 cents and said, my golly, I have to get 300 more heroes in the next 3 months. This is going to get crazy. And so
Ah,
back to the price charting here. We have our macro theory with Bitcoin, with XRP and Affinity. You know this very well. You have an all-time high. You have a big correction from that all-time high. You
yup.
come back to test it. You form a cup and handle, which is a very aggressive price action. You break out to the next level. For the next level here for Moksha is $1.83.
Let's
Okay,
go. I
a
like that.
dollar 83. The next motion here, and again to get to that, first of all, from Moksha Rune from the low, which was 10 cents, like I said, 7 cents, like I said, it's been a high of a 1,400% run from the Moksharoon in a bear market.
Bear market. Thing
This is what you
strong.
have to understand about the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem and this economic hardening theory. This is what's happening when Jewel is literally been going down only for the last 2 years. This is what's happening when no one can tell if Bitcoin is in a bear market or a bull market. This is what's happening when Jewel hasn't done jack squat for the last 2 years. And so, what then happens when the larger market cap assets start to do things that wake people up? You are going to have the smaller ecosystem, even if it's 10% of the smaller ecosystem of DFK, that goes absolutely berserk, like Smooth Love Potion did for Axie Infinity and
Yup.
Splinterlands. If you don't know about what happened, is the bigger assets in these ecosystems, yeah, they did well. But the smaller unique assets in the ecosystem
Unique.
did things that made people's grandmothers want to come into crypto. Okay. And so we're tracking these short term movements. We're macro investors. These are the ultimate price action. I think the max price of Moksha runes is $4.67. And
Jeez.
in a bull market, to pay $4.67 to level your hero,
It's
to
cheap,
possibly earn you something magnificent in a PvP realm,
right?
is going to seem like, for people who want to FOMO in, pennies, pennies on the dollar. All right, so we are the macro individuals here. We are not Houdinis. We just follow charts. And I just want to wrap this up because I can look at yellow eggs. We can look at green eggs. We can look at Swift Twistle. We can look at the price chart of gold as well. But I just want to finish off with the DFK gold.
Yo, can you guys hear me? I hacked into the Matrix and I took over. Never mind, he's back, but we can't hear you. You're muted.
All right, guys, give me a holla if the vocals have kicked back in. Give me a holla if the vocals have kicked back in.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, yeah. Listen. This is the DFK family, and I have to tell you guys. I'm working on getting my own really nice PC, so I'm not using my laptop. And again, I appreciate you guys for everything. Um, the PC is coming, the bandwidth is coming. I can't be in IT right now, working in IT, if I cannot have a dope PC. So Affinity Light has been on my ass cheeks, telling me to get my shit together with that. Guys, I promise you, Christmas is coming and I'm getting my shit together. Okay, Santa is gonna visit me with a nice PC. Light, I know you held the chat down. Thanks for holding it down.
You here with me with the sound?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right, cool, man. That was
No
probably the
problem. I got
sign.
you.
That was probably the sign from my laptop to wrap this up, right? Because we're an hour into the stream now, and my laptop is like, "Hey, I'm your
Let
indicator."
me let me quickly say something to you.
Yeah,
Before the stream, I sent you a video
yeah,
about the full moon and everything.
yeah.
Uh, you're gonna. I hope you watch it, but in the middle of it or something like it, it's about the full moon, the lunar eclipse that's tonight. It's about letting go of old things. You know what I mean? So if you were hesitant to upgrade or to move on to do something, they're saying tonight this eclipse, you got to make those decisions. You know what I mean? And when you make those decisions, good or bad, it's gonna heighten it. So if you're,
Mm,
that's why I've been investing a lot this past week, and so far it's been good, right? And
mm-hmm,
I've been letting go a lot of old habits and old things,
mm-hmm,
right? And just revamping everything according to this lunar eclipse,
mm-hmm,
right? So same thing to you. If you've been thinking about the where you want to go with your YouTube career or what is it called? Whatever it is, right? Think about it. If something's holding you back, push it away. Break out from the chains. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And move forward. You know what I mean? Stop letting things hold you back. You know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. No, I appreciate that. I
So this
appreciate
goes to
that.
the chat as well. You know,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a macro investor, macro gamer, but we're here about the bigger picture. All right,
macro
which
life.
macro life as well. So to wrap it up, I'm really intrigued by the DFK gold egg. I gotta say, I love my miners. I've spoken about gold for a long time. We're not even gonna look at the gold chart today. We'll save that for after the Bitcoin correction and where we go after that. But the same head and shoulders that we were looking at when it comes to Jewel is the same pattern that we're seeing here with the gold egg, after what? After the bearish, the bullish divergence that we've been tracking since March. This has been playing out from March all the way to May of this year. So gold is very interesting. So far, from the bottom here, and let me get my screen to work here. So far from the bottom
Oh,
here,
one
it
advice: the
yeah.
ads, turn that off. That's probably what's slowing you down, bro. The bottom there, hide those ads.
Oh, what do you want me to do? Like,
Yeah, bottom, go lower, scroll down. Yeah, it says hide right underneath the ad. Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah, that
yeah,
joint.
that
And then
might be
and
part
then
of it.
the yellow one too on top there, exit that.
Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
beautiful, appreciate it. Yeah, so the gold egg, it had a low of like 48 cents, and since then has had 120% run. In total, it has been doing that since this bullish divergence that we saw here. And really, what it's creating here is a little bit of what we call an ascending triangle as well. So you can sometimes have patterns within patterns, and it seems to be breaking out as this ascending triangle. All right. And for the gold egg, we have a pit stop of $1.32, which I think it does that very easily. But then you have some of these more contentious areas, like $1.60, $1.87. And again, this is just very recent, very bullish price action. This is not like, 30 days ago. This is literally over the last 7 to 10 days that we're seeing gold egg do this. So very interesting to see where this tops out at. Very interesting to see where it corrects at. And prior to the last impulse from Jewel, we saw that it was really Moksharoon and gold eggs as when it comes to the questable items. When it comes to the questable items, it is the eggs and it is the runes, or I guess the moksha runes, that are fighting for the highest value. And we've seen them go on top of each other at some point. And so, long term, who wins that battle? I would deem to think gold eggs would win that battle. But short term,
we could see a really big battle from those two entities. And those entities, believe it or not, will continue to drive the value of heroes up to as well, because it's a circulating ecosystem that we have here. So that's just the overall short-term analysis that we have here. It's been 100 and something% run from the gold egg. It's something to pay attention to, something to look at. Guys, sorry for the technical difficulty. If you're here, like, thumbs up, subscribe. We're about to move on to the next portion over a stream here, which we're gonna get into the $13 holla. But like, just anything to wrap up with the technical analysis, gold, what we're seeing on the market in terms of price action. And even I know, economy wise, we have things like the auction house and stuff pop up. And so, what are your thoughts on how some of these things that we are having set up are and how it's affecting the overall ecosystem?
All I gotta say is me building my structure and my economy of how I built it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a moksha factory, bro. Yo,
Amongst,
picture,
amongst the factory.
picture a dough factory and a dough square that just go
Mm.
just pure mokshas on the rail. Just
Mm.
moksha, 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 moksha. And then you
Ah,
get the shava, 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 moksha.
yeah,
That's all I
yeah.
gotta say.
No, listen, that this is the part of what I
Gaming
was.
mechanics, man. Game
Yeah,
mindset. Build for the future. Build for the long run, bro. Build to pump things out. Build to mint. You know?
yeah, for sure, for sure. If Sticks is still here, I was the whole thing about my associate and what I was talking to him about. I was just telling him that, hey, look, as your heroes, you know get stronger, you're going to get to a portion where your account is going to work for you. But in the early days, yeah, you have to fund it, you have to push it. And when you
Yep.
feel the pain of what it's like to not have an engine running for you and having to buy mushrooms, you're gonna make sure your system is set up where you're getting it and it's aiding your ecosystem. And for certain periods of times, you can then use it to facilitate other moves. So yeah, good little trinket that you're adding for us as we wrap up the charts end of things.
Yep.
Light just dropped and economic
One
portion.
last thing.
Yeah.
One last thing about moksha. Moksha is like I don't know if you guys do any research about lore, but go Google moksha. There's moksha and shavasru. They're Indian words. Um and they're great meanings. And when I learned about those meanings, this is the only time I'll probably ever show this account. But moksha runes built this, right? All I have to say is moksha runes built this. There's about 13 accounts here, and moksha runes alone built this account. That's all I have to say. So
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, cool. So, guys, on to the next portion of this stream. We're about to get into the $13 holla. And before we do that, let's set the environment. Let's set the environment for the stage.
Contestants, get your summons ready for the $13 holla challenge to build your best monster. Who will come out on top? Stay tuned for the Trade Room podcast Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
All right, all right, all right. So we are on to the next part of this segment, which is the $13 holla. All right, we got into the first stages of the $13 holla, which just involved sticking $13 in your account, having some of that Bejewel, and setting up your ecosystem. Okay,
and
since
drop.
then we have had the 3v3 battles utilizing the duels private battles. We have Sir Worm that ended up being the champion of that, and he was able to earn 30 points from that challenge. We are now at our second challenge, okay, which involves a summoning to see who had or who drops the best summon. Sorry for the little bit of mix up there. I'm trying to share my other screen here, so give me a split second to do that. But Light, what do you think of where the $13 holla has been going so far? While I pull up this visual here, you participated in the second challenge, which is the summoning challenge. You have only $13 to work with. You bought a bunch of heroes. You got a bunch of pets attached to your heroes. You may have some gardens. You're doing. How did you figure that out on your end? How did you stretch yourself so thin?
Well, the thing was, you pulled a little like a whatever out of your magic hat. I didn't even know about this challenge. That's why I spread right. So I was I was good with my party. I was just waiting for the long run, gathering some items, and like yeah, hopefully go whip the boys up, and then win with some mokshas, right? But then out of nowhere, um, the trade room decided to say, hey, since you guys are broke, let's summon. So, but again, this rounds out to the beautiful thing about moksha runes. Again, moksha saved my life,
Mm,
and I got two mokshas that day. And
mm,
thanks to those two mokshas, right? Even the little baby at $13 hala is producing mokshas for me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the mokshas love me, bro.
mm,
Again, look up that word moksha, bro. Um, and you know why I love mokshas.
mm.
And came in clutch,
Yeah.
and I'm excited. Everybody, um, at first I was kind of like those snobs where it's like, yo, I gotta summon. I hope nobody summons. But then, um, it was just like it wouldn't be fun if I was the only one to summon. And then Mega got his summon because of the mokshas, right? And
Yes.
then Dags got his summon because of the mokshas. And then Sir Worm got his summon, and I'm like, yo, let's go. Now it's real
Yeah.
battle,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
fun. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
let's go.
It was very interesting. Everything came down to the wire. People trying to stress themselves. Some people are like, oh, I don't know if I can make it.
Yeah,
This is tough. Like it was heated, right? And then that helps you understand, like, okay, yeah, you can come in with
yeah,
a ton of money and just sit on stuff.
yep,
But when you come in and you have a strategy, whether it's a large amount of money or a little bit of money,
yep.
it forces you to really try to understand the dichotomy of what you need to do to make it super cost effective for yourself and still enjoy yourself and have fun, whether you are even if $10 in, right? So yeah, so what we have here is the four contestants. Okay.
No
Um,
stones.
you said
Sorry.
what? No stones?
Sir Worms said no stones, so that's the
What does he mean by no stones? Well, I don't.
they're talking about stoning their heroes.
I
The
mean,
summons.
listen,
So he didn't.
when you're trying to qualify, everything counts.
I forgot if I stoned mine or not. I can't remember. I was so excited that day that I got to be able to summon, bro. I was just clicking buttons, bro, and then I realized I summoned something. Go, oh snap! I just did
Wow,
a thing.
wow,
I'm entered, and
wow.
then I'm like, yo, let's go. That's how
So,
excited and stressed
so,
out I was. You know what I mean?
so, so
That's like how tight, like how close, because it was like 1 or 2 days left. You know what
right.
I'm saying? It ended on the 26th. I literally, I think I summoned on 25th or something. Or so, I forgot
Okay.
when, but you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, yeah. Listen, at least it was 10 days. You guys were given 10 days to make something happen. So it's like it was a crunch of the moment, and honestly, we are gonna announce something at the end of this challenge where things are about to get very serious and critical for the contestants, and they don't even know how critical and serious this is about to get. But we'll talk about that at the end of this once we announce the winner of this particular challenge. What you see displayed before you here is their hero IDs. We're going to discuss the things in which quantify the analysis of these individuals' heroes. The participants, again, to go over this, we have Dags with this hero, we have Affinity with this hero, we have Sir Worm with this hero, and then we have Mega with this hero. Shout out to Mega. It's going to be interesting tomorrow with the fantasy football matchups. It's really getting hot and contested. So yeah, so these individuals were to use their $13 account, put their heroes together. What we're gonna do is, and I'm gonna share my screen. Share my screen here. What we're gonna do is we're going to look in the tavern at their hero catalogs and look at each hero at a time. What I want to add in here is that Skiller was one of the representatives that we chose to come and look at it from his peer view. Shout out to Skiller, the OG. And he gave me some solid, valid points when it comes to some of these heroes. He had no clue whose hero was who until he picked the winner. But then it moved on to the trade room, taking some of the $13 holla values that we built out with these contestants and including some of Skiller's input and deciding who this final heroes is. And we do have the Jewelers Crypto Guild saying Skiller is the perfect OG judge, and that is correct, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to look at the first hero. Okay, we'll look at some details. We'll look at why they could be in the rankings to win. And a lot of times, it's tough. It's tough when you're the first one that has to be looked at, man. It's just tough when you have to be the first one to look at. So, like when you recognize yours, make sure to shout it out. Make sure to let me know. I have just the hero numbers and who the actual hero is. So, if I don't recognize your hero, make sure that you let me
Jeez.
know. So
Somebody got a mutation
somebody got a mutation here, right?
and a color variant.
And a color variant. So what do we have here? We have a dark summoned level 4 summon a pirate gen 4, and it's a common, but it has a nice glow to it.
Shiny.
Keeping that in mind, for a level 4, the mana seems nicely high, and the health seems decent. Okay, this was bred in Crystalvale. Okay, it has the earth and mountains elements, and it is a male. The very interesting thing and what gives this a very unique position is that it is a part of the Halloween Spooktacular event. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
When you are a contestant, okay, somewhere, you want to come in and show the judges, I thought real hard and good about this one. And I am going to stay relevant to the event and occasion. I need brownie points for that. That was an excellent move from
No,
this
it wasn't.
individual.
It was a lucky move.
That was an excellent
It was a
move
lucky move.
from this individual to do this. Okay. And so we flip the card over. The stats are decent. It's a level 4, so it's like it's not nothing that pops out immediately to you. It is a fisher, so when you consider a summoner fisher, is a summoner a good fisher? Light, I'm gonna have you back me up on some of these statistics. Is a summoner technically a good fisher? I believe. Who are the top 2 when it comes to fishing? Ninjas and
Thieves.
Ninjas and thieves. Okay, so it's a lower grade compared to its class. Subclass, not really factoring in. It's a pirate. I don't know if that really gives it any additional points. It's not something that we looked at very closely.
Summoners at around 30% for
Around
fishermen.
that's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, I like that number.
You like that number?
Very nice.
Okay. So we do have strength here, which is the current boost. It's not something that's particularly needed for a summoner, so no points for that. We do have endurance highlighted here, not something that's super spectacular. It does have a higher percentage in the primary growth of the some of the stats that it needs. When it comes to the abilities, Iron Skin, Heal, Clutch, Duelist, I believe there are some brownie points for Heal. Okay. And as Dag said, in Summoner is the 11th best fisher. That is absolutely disgusting. Okay.
That best word shouldn't be there.
And yeah, it shouldn't be there. And so we look at the summon level ups. There's no stone here. And so, from my guesstimation of what I see here, also based on some of the conversations, had with the OG judge Stiller, I love the visuals. I love staying relevant. He got the Elvis summoner vibes. If
Bro,
it was
zombie Elvis?
zombie Elvis, if it was an uncommon or a rare, I would have tingled. I would have had butterflies in my stomach. But if this is the best hero we see tonight, I don't know what you guys were really up to when it comes to this. But this is cute. This is cute. What I really want to look into as well is the hero details a little bit for our guy here, and it does look like he did generate a mutation.
Yep.
Which is additional points. For this guy is not going down without a fight. You see what I'm saying here? So I absolutely love this, and I'm very intrigued about the build out because he's not starting from 1, he's starting from 4. So even though it's not stone, he may be able to get it to level 10 in the next 4 to 5 months, which would put him in contention for anything that comes out that is going to require a summoner. So he's still in a very leveraged place with this position right here. Light, I know you are a contestant, but initial thoughts on what you think about this summon here. It is a mutation, and remember that's an important part of what we're analyzing here. Any thoughts?
He to be honest, bro, he got the mutation. He's got the shiny. He's got the green, right? He hit the event. It was very good try, bro.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. You got a lot of brownie points on a lot. Mutation, stats didn't hit, but you know what I mean. I don't know if we looked at crafting or not, but other than that, there's a mutation. There's the event bonus, the shiny card. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Good job, Worm. Well done, sir.
Yeah, if you want to do a quick craft analysis, you certainly can. If not, we'll move on. Crafting, that especially in the DFK timeline is something that they have reiterated over and over again. That is something that's going to take some time. So we could factor it, but definitely is not a major factor to what we have going on here. Moving on to hero number 2. And before we do that, let's check into the chats. Chat is going crazy. Okay, we have Sergeant Filthy McNasty in there.
What's up, Sergeant?
What's up? Sir Worm is in here. And he says that Days went to R1. I don't know what Sir Worm is talking about. I don't know if this is him trying to claim this hero here. I don't know.
No, it's one of the I think the days didn't kick in. So
he was trying to mutate.
It went into recessive instead of the actual.
Oh, gotcha.
So he got dazed himself. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Okay, so we have hero number 2. I wonder who hero number 1 belonged to. Hero number 1
looks good.
Yeah, hero number 1 did really good with staying relevant with the Halloween event that was going on. It was a mutation, big brownie points for that. And that was the biggest highlights. We now have hero 2, a Dark Knight Thief. Very interesting. And it looks like right now this hero has his night fishing. So if we flip them around, we can clearly see that it's a fisher. So, you have a Dark Knight, you missed out on the miner, but you still lucked in with the thief when it comes to fishing. If anybody in the chat knows where a thief ranks in fishing, that'd be nice
Lower
to
than
know.
lower than summoner. That's for sure.
Lower than summoner. Interesting. So the summoner was a fisher too?
Summoner was a fisher.
The summoner was a fisher. Thanks for the confirmation. Now, when we flip this over, we have
The irony. Sir Worm summoned a fisherman, and he's a worm.
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh wait, that's cats. That's not mine. Ha!
wait, hold on. Are you guys dropping it out there out here? Like you can't keep secrets. It's too close to the night.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So we have hero number 2. Okay, we have hero
Yeah.
number 2. We still don't quote unquote know who
It
this
says the
is.
owner right there on the card, so that's why I said that.
Yeah, some people are not paying attention.
This guy's
All
praying.
right, so a Dark Knight thief. That's a fisher. Dexterity, exalted dexterity. Is that what I'm seeing there?
Yep. I like those
Strength,
stats.
strength right off the bat. Is this a level 1? Is this what I'm
It's a
seeing?
level 1.
It's a level 1. Okay. Very interesting. We have vitality, decent. Okay, has decent numbers to kick it off. We have percentage growth. That's right where it should be for something that's a
Strength
minor.
85. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not for a
Vitality.
fisher. But some of the things that people say, especially when they have to compromise and they don't land perfectly, is as long as this thing gets to a level 20 profession skill or higher, or even a level 10 profession skill or higher, it'll do decently at pulling items,
Yeah.
for its life, right? So that's
Yeah.
decent there. When it comes to the abilities, you have cleanse for a Dark Knight, which is decent. Critical aim for a Dark Knight
I don't know about that.
is decent. Headstrong,
Very nice.
and then you have toxic. So, can you give us some insight to the Dark Knight and if these abilities are anything of value to him?
Yo, so to be honest, in games, the games I've played, I love making Dark Knight Thieves. They're very fast, right? They hit fast and they hit hard. So Thief for a subclass for a Dark Knight with a little bit of wisdom for that little magic and the toxic, especially that toxic is very good for a Dark Knight. Because I don't know if I told you guys or not, but Dark Knights in games they're more like debuffers and poisoners. And you know what
Mm,
toxic is? That's a type of debuffing poison, right? It'll
mm,
drain you. It'll drain your life and time. So for a
mm,
Dark Knight to have that, that's some brownie points right there, though. So it's not a bad Dark Knight, especially with the Dex Exalted. It didn't hit the fishing class sucks, but to be honest, that's just a class. If you don't bring it out to fish, it's all good. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Leave it in the gym. You know what I mean? Right? Always got a stone.
And it is stone.
Condom
And it is
protected.
stone. Fortune stone, right? And so for the longevity of its lifetime, what will it always get a boost when it comes to leveling with?
Yeah.
Right? What stat is that with the fortune?
It's what does this say? You want to click over that? You want to hover that?
No,
Oh, with fortune, it's luck. Is it? Hold up.
I think it is. I
I
think
got
it
my.
is.
I
I
got.
think it is. Look, it's
Yeah,
21%.
yeah. It's luck. It's luck. It's luck. Yeah.
21%. It got that boost.
What was the parents? I wonder why he put luck. His parents gotta be. Okay, they're uncommon, but what job? Oh, it's a archer and what is that? A thief, archer and a thief, and you
Yeah,
got a dread knight. You got a dark knight. Yo, that is some lucky recessive gene. Well, not
so
lucky with a fish, but you got a dark knight from a archer and a thief. That's
and the luck for fishing.
yeah, yeah.
Whoo! Wow. Okay. So we have 2 mutations so far. We have 2 mutations so far. This is very interesting. This is very interesting here. So, that's our
Yeah,
second
he
one.
he got the mutation. Thief Archer got the Dark Knight mutation. So
Right,
very
right.
nice
So
work.
so as you were breaking down the certain factors there, um, even for a Dark Knight, right? When this current saga of DeFi Kingdoms and this lore is the darkness, is the void.
Hmm.
So for however long this saga lasts, do the Dread Knights and Dark Knights automatically have a void advantage where they can seep into the darkness and become stronger because they are built to handle it?
Never know.
Ooh,
Maybe
let's
maybe when the codex for Dark Knight and Dread Knights come out, they get a percentage buff because they're dark and they're evil, coming from
swamps,
the void. Who knows? Who knows?
swamps, darkness, background.
Dark Knight is derived from the light of the paladin, right?
Uh, that sounds amazing to me if that's the real lore. That's amazing. That's amazing. So this is great to see. We're gonna move on to hero number
Paladin.
3, to
Look at
the
that
class that
beautiful
I
paladin.
adore the most. I am a paladin bull, a paladin macro investor. I love the paladin. So look, that's why I could not be the ultimate judge. You needed this to follow the metrics of the trade room's baselines when it comes to the $13 hollow. And we needed to follow the metrics that the OG Skiller himself gave us. And we have a paladin priest. Now, I do have a question behind it, but first, let's do an initial analysis. 40 mana, 160 health, it's all right. Some summons, which is very nice to see. I don't recall if
Summon.
the other guys had summons on them. We have lightning and with this guy, man. Everything. I'm not even gonna say what just came into my head, but we contested number 3. The lightning got me. All right, so looking at the other metrics of this individual, uncommon paladin, strength at an 80 is very nice to see.
Very
Vitality
nice.
at a fuck. What the? Hold
Very
on.
nice.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are good stats. Paladin is
Listen.
strength, endurance, and
Yeah,
vitality, bro.
yeah, that's
And a
amazing. All
7.5 strength is very nice. 12%
even a
for
40% luck here, I like
and
to
a
see that.
40%
I
for
like to see
uh
that because if you
yeah.
choose to use luck as one of your 3 categories and say that this percentage is high enough where I'll take the roll, you can really make a determination on where you want to really push yourself when it comes to that. We have Poison Blade, which again, I believe critical aim and Poison Blade is good for any tanker, which a paladin is. And if you have a dark paladin, again, that conversation about the void and poison and all the dark features of the game getting a boost for the longevity of this saga comes into question. Clutch and Starworth, I'm not as familiar with. And then we have No Stone here. So, like any breakdown of this Hero 3, what you see, what's unique. Um, you know,
Visuals are nice.
Dex
The
and Luck is actually very nice to see. But go ahead and give us your input.
Yeah, that luck is very nice. As you know, RPGs, role playing games, item games, loot games, farm games, luck play a big role. So I tend to put luck in every single hero. So just a little. Don't copy me, but how I level up my heroes is I put luck first, and then whatever their stats are. Depending on what I'm building, if I'm building farmers and crafters and stuff like that, I veer to the luck first, and then their second, and then their other stats.
Yeah, yeah. This guy is sweet. This guy is
Very
sweet.
nice paladin.
We're looking at the
Forger
hero
too.
Forger too. Okay, okay.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So if we're looking at this individual here, I mean, is this a combination?
Bottom.
Who are the
Get that.
parents here?
So we got a knight and we got a warrior. So it did hit the mutation very well. GG.
Mm,
Everybody hit their mutation today.
everybody hit the
Look at that.
mutation. Okay,
You can
okay.
start to tell by what class is what class on what the heroes wear.
Yeah.
how they look.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get a little, because I used to fix cars and stuff like that. After fixing cars for like a few years, I look at the bolt and I kind of know what bolt it is, what size. So now I'm starting to recall the looks of warriors or all the classes. So it's a good trait to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So now we're on to our last hero in this $13
Son
who can
Woods.
summon the best monster. This was a Halloween vibe. This was a Halloween theme. Guys, thank you if you stayed up until this point. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. It's Halloween, period. It's spooky vibes.
See the
All right.
pumpkin
We
in the
got
background.
great sentiments going on in the ecosystem. We have a Dark Knight to analyze
Hey,
and figure out who's the ultimate winner here. So, our Dark Knight, we'll start immediately by checking to see if he has the mutation. And it looks like
no,
he starts off right away with a
no mutation.
disadvantage as everyone else was able to do an elevation. A mutation is not easy, okay? It is not easy. So the Dark Knight looks cute. But what is going on? There's no elevation happening here. When you summon with advanced classes put
Yeah,
together, the least you'll possibly get is probably the same class, or you can get super rugged and get
I
like
I
a
didn't get.
basic class,
Yeah.
right? So, okay, we
Hey,
have a
hey,
third
man, risk it for the biscuit, bro.
risk it for the biscuit. So, a little bit of a disadvantage to start. Love that it's a dark summon. I love Dark Knights. I keep telling myself that I need more Dark Knights. I don't have enough.
I
Now
was
that I
happy.
built my Paladin set out, I'm gonna need more Dark Knights. Now, what is going on here? A level 2 with the strength and endurance highlighted,
Yeah,
and
baby.
a
Yeah,
22
baby.
at a
That's
level
a.
2.
That's right, baby.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Peace,
minute.
baby.
I said this individual was going to have to do some things, but it's doing some things right
Um,
off the bat. Let's see what the chat has to say about this last contestant here.
Look at that strength,
My
endurance.
goodness. This is what you guys are creating with a $13 account that you had to do a 3v3 battle for, that you had to do set up your questing and your this is what you guys did with a
Well,
$13.
that's what we use our brains for. That's what I'm talking about. Humans do these things, bro. We ain't animals. We do things.
What?
Look what all four of us pulled out of our asses.
What am I seeing here?
It's not that it's not that great, but like, $13. It's not
Yo,
bad, bro.
$13 holla. Let's go, son. Hold on. Can we just that's this is interesting. Now, did not hit on the mining, because if it hit on the mining, it's like a crit.
Yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
crit. That's like a crit
yeah.
right there.
That's the
So
only reason that Paladin
as a gardener,
Gardner's not bad. Gardner's not
okay,
bad. I was
okay.
hoping for a dragoon. That's why I did the mutation or tried the mutation. But
Well, we don't know who Hero 4 belongs to as of right now, but
yeah,
looking at it,
yeah,
88 here. Actually,
yeah.
this is looking much better than the Paladin.
Bro,
Uh,
88%,
that's pretty
60,
nice. Look,
62.
again, when you swing, you better swing with some crazy shit. And this is crazy to start. You have over 100% when it comes to the combination of the primary and the secondary. That puts
Yeah,
you in a different class of build,
yeah,
which raises your value.
yeah.
We have Dags in the building. Well, first we have Skilla saying, I would have been it would have been better if it was a goon. Yeah.
I try.
I would have
We
won it
tried.
if it
We
was a goon.
tried.
Yeah, yeah.
Tried.
Trade is killing me by not Yeah, listen, man. Listen, you gotta be very analytical with this here. And there's so many other things we could
All
have
right.
looked at, and even just these 6 to 7 points
Well,
is
jeez.
giving us a lot of info here. I do like the dexterity on
You
this.
see the intelligence percent?
The
70%.
intelligence is
Yeah,
great. So that means he's gonna have a lot of mana
a
to
lot
work
of
with.
damage. All
He's gonna
that
have a
all that
lot of
power.
mana to work with by the time he gets to those. those higher levels. So, it's actually a great thing that this is not the guy you have to go to the 1v1 battle with to end the season,
Right?
because you don't want to lose that guy. I don't know if you want to lose that guy. I don't know who your 1v1 guy is, but he might not be more valuable than this guy.
Two
So
Dark Knights in this competition.
so
Jeez.
two Dark Knights. So we move on to this Poison Blade. I love Poison Blade. I love critical aim. It makes it
Poison
very easy.
Blade.
It makes it very easy.
Store it.
Yeah,
Clutch.
yeah. It makes it very easy to find a combination for him, a pair for him. He doesn't have summons left, which we saw some of our other individuals had summons. So that is a crutch to it. But I like this combination. It makes it very easy to find a pair to try to uplift to an advanced skill. We do have a Might Stone.
Wow. Someone just threw that Might Stone in there.
Wow. So
Pretty
honestly, if I had to look at the build outs of all the other heroes that we've seen, this has the best probability build out for the next 2 years. This one has the best probability build out for this guy's going to be an absolute savage.
Yep.
This guy's going to be an absolute savage. So it's interesting to also see some of the personalities in these heroes as they've been built out. So the question is, who is the winning hero and who is the individual behind the winning hero? As we've spoken about, we have Dags, we have Sir Worm, we have Infinity, we have
Who won?
And if you were succinct enough to actually swim through and look at these in advance and try to tell who is actually associated with the winner, and I'm gonna flip it as I put the information in. This is the winner. Okay. And before I flip it around, because again, I'm not sharing my screen.
Who is it gonna be?
Oh crap. Let's do that again.
Who it gonna be, baby?
Oh, the intensity. Oh, the intensity. Oh, the intensity. So it is.
Oh, congratulations.
Okay, it is hero number 392.
Dag's a cheater. I told you, man.
9. This individual is now tied with the previous mini challenge winner, Sir Worm. So right off the bat, we know that it was not Sir Worm. He does not get a chance to build absolute dominance in this $13 holla. He now has someone tied with him. Who is that someone? That someone is the individual of this Dark Knight Thief. This Dark Knight Thief hit on all levels. Smackety dap. Okay. Has levels left. Okay. Gen 5 doesn't help it. Okay. But at level 1, a Dark Knight Thief Fisher doesn't take too much away from the fact that it is not a minor because of the luck boost to start off with, and also adding the fortune stone to make sure that there are no break lines in how this thing can build out. We see strength as the highest percentage build. It would have to work through some of the endurance fault holds, but you could always hit it with some crystals as you are leveling. The exalted dexterity. From my standpoint, I don't think the community all the way understands dexterity and what it can do for its heroes with some of these cold dexes. But I do believe that between Wowie and Fox, we have heard that it has a lot to do with accuracy.
Yep.
So that's exalted, and with accuracy and possibly speed for a Dark Knight, that could be a very dangerous Dark Knight. I don't see a lot of speed here, but again, the custom ability of this hero is amazing because you do have a secondary that's tied with the high or for second for the highest behind luck, which is already needed for a fisher. This is amazing. You have an advanced skill for this hero. And in speaking of the Dark Knight, the Dark Knights might be perfectly built for a toxicity dark ability as well. Having cleanse with something that's also looked at as dark may give this hero the ability when it bleed has been put on it to naturally cleanse bleed. We have seen with the boar hunts how bleed can be an effect. One of my strategies with the boar is to use my archer to cause bleed so I can then focus on the bigger boar in the back with some more powerful attacks and to stack bleed. I'm a stack bleeder, okay? And so it's interesting to see that not only can he possibly cause bleed, but also to cleanse himself of bleed with critical aim and headstrong for a tanker. And so that is what qualifies this hero as the winning hero of the second challenge in the $13 holla Summon the Best Hero Challenge. And to reveal who this winner is, because the chat already knows, it is Dags. He couldn't even wait for the suspense to drop. Look at him dropping. Thank you, thank you, thank
Cheater.
you.
Man copied me and cheated, bro.
So,
Dags, why are you always trying to copy me, Dags?
Yeah, the funniest thing, because like I could have invited Dags, but I don't like trying to bring them on very close to their stream. Like I realize how much you're putting together, before these streams. So I'm excited to hear what he has to say in his stream. I'm gonna be watching some college football. I get a chance to kick back, have a drink, and watch the jewelers talk about the $13 holla. And it just so happens to be that one of the jewelers won. I hope that all contestants felt like the analysis was fair.
Nope.
If you don't feel like it was fair, it's okay.
I want to
Don't be
reroll.
a sore loser. Don't be a sore loser.
Nope.
Is there consolidation prize for second place, third place, fourth place? There's no consolidation prize. I'm not even going to talk about who was second close because it was really a tie for second with the rest of the gang.
Who was second though?
Who was second though? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my screen blipped out for a little bit here. Who was second?
You got to go down the line. You got to go down the line, man. Who is second, third, first, second, third, and last, man?
Okay. We'll line it up.
Podium
right?
that.
We'll line it up. Oh, I'm gonna podium it out. Listen, again, make sure to like, make sure to put your thumbs up, make sure to go follow us on Twitter because we're going to be releasing the podium of first, second, third, and fourth on Twitter. All right. So make sure to go to Twitter, Trade Room, the Trade Room with the room, 2 numerical zeros, not like 2 numerical zeros, and we will dish out one who was the first place, second place, third place, fourth place. And Affinity will know if he came close to taking this. So looking at the chat, we have Skiller saying, I really didn't know it was. Yeah, Skiller did not know whose hero was who. Skiller did not know at all. And
what do you mean Skiller didn't know? He looked at the card. He sees cats. Oh wait, stop this! Come on, guys. There's some things that you say we don't know. There's some things that just come on. Let's just stop it.
Listen, I made sure that
you just had to say he was fair, and that's it. Don't say he didn't know. He knows. He knows. He knows.
Okay. All right. So
cheated.
Yeah.
Dags paid him off. I knew it.
Dags is the winner, man. So
yeah, congratulations, Dags.
Congratulations, Dags. You did your thing. And Dags was pretty nervous about if he thought that he would be able to make it. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh, true, true,
sometimes
true.
I think if you're looking to make a really big move, he maybe had funds, but he knew that, okay, you know what? If I
They
wait a
don't
little
mean
bit
anything.
longer, if I wait a little bit longer, I can get the perfect setup. And the most interesting thing is that look, Affinity, your hero was really awesome, and we're gonna release the first, second, third, and fourth place. And you did yours ASAP. It was the way how fast you did your joint. I was like, there's no way. There's no, and then I saw your card and I was like, whoa, okay,
I
okay.
moved, man.
He's efficient, you know.
I
So
moved late, bro.
you lost to a very, very
I lost to luck. That's
you-
all it is. I lost to luck.
listen, listen. Yeah, yeah. He could have been faulted for the fishing if he did not place that luck there. So he really thought this through. He really thought this through. Um so yeah, guys, look, you know, we have the jewelers coming on soon. I don't want to take too much away from what they're doing. I do want to tap into what they have going on. There was an opportunity to, you know, possibly do a void hunt. There was an opportunity to also possibly do a dark summon because I have not dark summoned. Man, you think we could do that in like 5 minutes?
It's up to you, man. I don't know. Like it's 8 minutes actually. You do it
Eight
quick.
minutes, man. Yeah, I want the chance at getting it. I have a bunch of heroes. Um, I could possibly even switch over to my other. No, you know what? I'll do it on this account because I have funds
Yes.
here.
Second time I
Um,
lost to Dex.
Yo, can you tell us how you feel about this? Really? Like, can you? Because this whole thing with you and Dags is starting to get serious, man. Like, what's
Look,
happening?
man. Look, man. I don't like the guy. Okay, the cheater. Well, what's there to like? The cheater, bro. Man summons all day, cheats all day. Probably looked at my wallet, saw I summon and Dragoon. He's like, I'll do one too. You know, cheater. No, I'm just kidding, man.
Oh
To be
man.
honest, man, Dax, I hate you, bro.
To be honest, I thought I was gonna say something lighthearted. No, to be honest, no, I hate your guts.
You suck, bro. You suck, bro.
I hate your guts. Yeah, man. Look, you know, because of this paladin build that I'm doing, I have a lot of knights and warrior combinations.
Emotional
Um,
damage.
can I ask you for this Halloween, the spooktacular?
Yeah,
My whole strategy is to do a dark summon, but you know how sometimes you can use the lives you have remaining to just get a higher percentage. I don't
yeah,
want to do that. What I want to do is I want to pair a knight and a warrior that has a solid amount of summons left, and I want to have one or two spooktacular heroes
yeah.
and leave them there so in the future I can do more summons because they'll have that trait. You see what I'm saying there? And
They
this is
say
a
that
part
again.
of what
Oh, okay. You want to
right.
summon summons, dark summons with summons in them? Make sure
Yes.
they're the same amount of summons.
The same, or if there's a little bit of a differential, it's
No,
not.
no, 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 no. They both have to have the same number, bro. Cause I tried it.
Well, it takes the lower one. So if one
Yeah, yeah.
has 6, one has 7, the next hero will have 5.
I didn't know that. One had 0, one had 2, and they went with the 0.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know I have this combination. I'm probably would test this out by dark summoning this warrior to see if I can get something higher. But for now, I'll do my lower ones. I wouldn't even use all the calculation tools that I normally use. I'm just gonna pick any random knight and um warrior that at least when you also look at it, think
Yeah.
that they're decent. So I'm willing to burn this guy. He has 5 summons. I can match him up with somebody
Ooh.
else. Okay.
Is that a warrior
Remember,
or that's a knight? What
so
level
let
is
me
that?
let me let me tell you something. This
Yeah.
was part of that paladin build that you helped me with,
Oh
right?
shoot.
This
Okay,
is
yeah.
one of the guys that
Look
we
at that
got,
bad boy.
right? He's a common, he's a level 4. He has a
Nice.
lot of health, a lot of strength,
Yup.
endurance highlighted,
Vitality.
right? Has
Good guy.
toxic,
Good night. Good
you
night.
know, death mark, and guess what? He's stoned, right?
Stoner.
He's stoned.
And
So
tears.
I am reluctant to
Just
burn
burn
my
that bad
stoners.
boy.
I
Burn.
do want to
Find a warrior.
I do want to burn more of the ones that are not stone. So maybe we can look in that direction as well,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm gonna stone, right? These guys are not stoned. They're actually a little bit of a higher level, but I'm actually willing to take this guy who isn't stoned, and burn him, right? He
And
doesn't have all the great statistics that you helped me out with those paladin builds,
yeah.
but bro, even those knights that I'm getting, I don't want to let go of, even though I'm not hitting on the paladin.
You don't let them go, bro. If they have
Mhm.
summons, you don't let them go. It's all all RNG.
Yeah,
You know how people laugh at me for buying floors?
right.
95% of my floors match each other.
Mm,
So yeah, they have, sure, my priest is a minor, but my priest has strength and endurance, and her recessives are knights and warriors, right? So if
mhm,
those recessive kicks into the knight and the warrior, and those
mhm.
endurance and strength passes on, thank you, priest.
Right, right.
Thank
So
you,
yeah,
floor priest. That was 50 jewel or 50
mm,
crystal, not financial
mm.
advice.
Not financial advice. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all what you do with your heroes, right? Like I said, we're human. We all have a brain. Some people might see, some people might do things different, and some people might do things different. You know what I mean? So like
Mhm,
the people that don't really analyze heroes and don't really summon for like progression, and they're just
mhm,
summoning for money, they don't really see the true potential of stats and bringing on genes,
mhm.
right? They just look at the parents. They're like, no, right? Bad parents can create. Well, we're not really breeding, but bad, in a way. But bad parents can create great children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So I was looking at my knights. I don't like that alignment. I'm looking for priests that I haven't summoned that I'll use, that I can use right now between a priest and a wizard. Right off the bat, this one has 4. This one has 3. I could possibly look to combine those two. Um, Other ones that are not stoned because I would love to stone my priest. These okay, so these guys are not stoned as well, so I can possibly put this wizard here. 5 summons. I would love to burn this guy. He has 5 summons, wizard. So now I would love to burn this guy, right? I don't
Wizard
really
and what?
care. A wizard and a priest.
You're gonna go with wizard and priest?
I mean, yeah, I just want to just do it quickly to just do it on the stream, get it
Yeah,
out the way.
you get the summoner.
He has intimidation, you know what I'm saying? He's so we can do that. And I want to find a priest. So now we're just gonna
There was one right next to it, but it had
oh
a
yeah.
pet on it.
We want to unbond that if it comes to that.
Let
Uh
me quickly say something to Michael. Michael, the reason why I am the way I am in life, I've learned to be balanced. You know what I mean? You can be nice and you can be a douchebag, but you have to find the medium. You can say douchebag things and be a douchebag and be a nice guy, be a person, but you know what you really show afterwards, it's the balance, right? You know what I mean? So I'll be inspirational 1 second, and I'll be like, I'll call Dags a cheater and mean it, but I know it's all just a game and it's all fun and jokes. But the point is, balance is the key. You can't be all nice all the time, and when you see something that triggers you, you got to step up and say, "Hey, what you're doing is wrong. Stop it." You know. Sorry
yeah,
about
for
that.
sure. No, for sure. I mean, that's what we're here for. So I have my selection. I'm ready to burn these motherfuckers. When
Burn them.
they have enough summons, I'm gonna keep their lives. When you look at this wizard and this priest, a common, an uncommon, both foragers,
Oh,
agility, wisdom, both got wisdom, vitality highlighted. I don't mind if they come out to be foragers. Don't mind it at all. The intelligence is ready on this end.
Forger Summoner Intelligent Dex, it's actually pretty nice. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind that at all, bro.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? The wisdom is double advanced.
Yeah,
So
that's
we can
pretty
get
nice.
that. We can land that. And then the intelligence is decent. The real question is what I want to possibly stone them with. But I do like the fact that I could possibly transfer intimidation over. Um,
Yeah.
and then kind of go from there. Nothing else can be mutated to an advanced level. So let's do that. Boom. Now I can get my tiers up. Nope, because they're not level 5 or higher. So that's fine. We'll leave that alone. Gen 2, Gen 3. So it cost me a little bit more for the Gen 3, but not a big deal. I'm just looking for that 50% mutation. I hope I have some stones lying around. I don't. Only stones I have is agility and dexterity. Um,
Put the dex more potent damage,
More potent
critical
damage.
critical magic damage. So dex is good.
Dex is good, right? And the dex right now for both of them is pretty low.
Yeah,
So
so
if I
this will
can
boost
get
it
this
if you
will
want
boost
it.
it. If I can get the intelligence to stay 70s, 80s and
Yeah.
get this dex up, especially for a forager.
If you get intelligent dex wisdom up, or even like dex intelligent
Yeah,
uh, luck,
yeah,
and the mutation, it will be a good summoner.
yeah.
You can't
Okay.
use on the boars, but future content.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Because you're trying to hit the yellow, right? Or the color, right? The blue or the
Yes,
green.
yes.
Oh, 9:30. Let's go.
Let me get this code in here for
Yo, Michael, have you been buying all the floors? Did you take my advice and bought up all the floors, my friend?
yeah, he's been buying the floors.
Well, Michael's your buddy, right?
Yeah.
Yo, me and Michael, we print mugshots now. I
Yeah.
found seven
Yeah.
mugshots today.
I-
Seven mugshots today, baby. I found like I think it was like eight yesterday. Eight
Mhm.
mugshots yesterday. Seven mugshots today. That's 15 mugshots. 2 days.
Wow. Wow.
$15 holla.
$15 holla in 2 days, bro.
Yeah, I just broke. I broke 700, so I'm happy.
700 heroes?
Yeah.
Wow.
I stopped buying floors. I've been buying 10.
Somebody said claim that airdrop. Oh, you know what? It's funny because Michael's here, right? I was explaining the whole ticket system to him, the raffles you get,
Yeah.
and
Oh, you got some?
I went into the castle just to show him that hey, like people time these
Nice.
things and do these things. I didn't even want to. I had like
You, sh-
2,000 raffle tickets laying around,
you
and
should have
this is
put
the
this in.
first time that Michael is seeing that I actually won this.
Oh wait, you can't put this in. Yeah, yeah.
And that I could claim it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yo,
um,
Michael, little alpha for you, bro. If you are entering raffles, is Michael the same time zone as us?
yes, he is.
Yeah, if you can ever wake up around 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, bro, that's when you want to go put your raffles in. Just so you know.
Yeah. Oh man, it took him away. Come on now. All right, who was my match? It was this priest, and then it was. Let me bring my wizard back up.
If you're doing the raffle thing, you know, save your
Yeah.
raffles, wake up in the morning, drop them, go to work or whatever, and come home and be like, oh look, I won some raffles. That's what I did in the beginning of $13 holla. I did the raffle game. I made like around 12,000 raffles, and I got like a bunch of mugshots, uh, crystals, traded those. $13 holla made me think, bro.
$13 holla. All right, cool.
Yeah,
So
put the Dex one in.
that was the Dex. Yeah, that was the Dex
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Can you put the max? Can you put max or no? Up to you.
For what here?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Rarity.
want the lives. I want them to keep their lives. Remember?
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. That's you use the lives they have remaining to raffle.
Oh, I didn't know, bro.
Yeah. So if I get that 50-50 opportunity, I still want them to have lives, remaining.
Let's go summoner, boys.
So let's go. Let's go. Let's get this dealio so we can hop onto the Jewelers podcast, man. Let's go Didio. Let's see what we get live on stream. You
Yo,
heard?
Michael, how many heroes you got so far now?
He got 100 now.
Oh snap! Really?
Yeah.
Has Mr. King been playing?
His brother. That's his twin brother.
Oh really? James and Michael, they're
The twins.
100, eh? Just
Yeah.
buying 100 floors or what?
No, he's been mixing it up, and he's been getting a lot of good pets too.
Oh, nice.
And he came into the void hunt and started doing real well early in it as well. He's a gamer, so like he came in and started breaking things down and trying to find his lane in it. It's
Yo,
just
before we end this, I want to show them my screen before we end this.
yeah, for sure. I'm gonna wrap up this dark summon here.
Oh, Michael, you're gonna like my inventory, bro.
All right, let's see what we get.
Yeah, mythic vibes. Yo, if you pull a mythic, let's go. You win the contest.
Yo, imagine that's the best way to cap off this.
Oh snap! You got it.
I got a scholar.
Oh wait, you got a scholar.
That's scholar.
And you didn't get the color. Yo, you're bad
Oh
luck,
my
bro.
gosh, what is
You should have let me press the button.
What is this?
But yeah, anyways, on that sad note, guys, we knew Trade Room is not a gamer. His luck is garbage.
What?
Worst.
Okay, I mean, as a gardener, he has wisdom still. He has vitality.
I'm trying to feel better. Let me feel
got
better.
the intelligence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was a garbage. It was a garbage summon.
Dexterity.
Pure
The dexterity
garbage.
was
Shit
garbage.
Yep. Garbage.
Oh,
I feel better now.
Didn't even get the intimidation.
Garbage.
What the hell?
Garbage.
That was absolutely garbage.
Garbage.
No, I burned those guys for no reason. That was
on that note.
That was absolutely garbage, man. Yeah, like oh,
you wanna
sorry.
Pop my screen up?
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I hit the wrong button. Real quick. Let's get you back situated here. Oops.
Yo, so to all the people that says DeFi Kingdoms is not an MMORPG, bro, we got auction house. We can buy and sell equipment now. Look at my equipment, baby. I might not have heroes, but I got equipment, baby. Let's go. I had to show off. I lost the contest. I had to show off. The world is abundant. But yeah, items are here, boys.
Yeah, items are here, man. Yeah, you know what? I actually went and got a sword.
Oh, nice.
Because I want a higher probability within those hunts, and I can pick up some more swords, at the end of the day. So yeah, that's kind of what I went with. It seemed strategically the right way to go. And I'm going to use them the rest of this weekend as I drink my beers on a bunch of hunts with probably Michael and things of that nature. But I know for you, Light, what are you looking forward to? What do you have coming up? You doing some devious things. What do you have to showcase for the community coming up and everything?
I'm not gonna lie, but I can't say it right now. It's a secret. I can't say it right now. But look forward to it. I'm revamping my YouTube. You guys are gonna like it. It's gonna be quick in your face, very knowledgeable. It'll help you troubleshoot, and yeah, it's a new YouTube, and a lot of good things coming for DeFi Kingdoms, myself, Trade Room, and new competitions coming. I'm glad all the competitioners are enjoying their thing, and we did a lot of summoning, and yeah, man, DeFi Kingdoms, man, a lot of alpha, a lot of patches, a lot of updates, gameplay. I'm happy, man. I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Great investment for so far.
For sure.
Great reinvestment.
Yes. So we did the dark summoning. We didn't do the hunt, but big shout out to everybody. Thanks for coming through. Remember, like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. We're going to be dropping the first, second place. Congratulations to the winner, Dags. He is now tied with Sir Worm. And make sure to hop on to the jewelers when you come off of here. because I'm glad to hear. I'll be excited to hear Dax talk about it. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for staying with us. We will holla at you on the next stream. More to come. Big things to come for the $13 holla. Peace, guys. We'll see you on the other side. Bullish on DeFi Kingdoms.
Peace.